Richard Haass is joining me now. He is the president of the Council on Foreign Relations. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Maggie.
This is the first battle that we're seeing since President Obama authorized 30,000 additional troops into Afghanistan. Also, the strategy is different. What's on the line for the Obama administration here? Well,
this is really the first test of a more aggressive strategy to take the war to the Taliban. My hunch is, even though it's going a little bit more difficult than people predicted, Taliban are tough fighters. There's more of these roadside bombs. Ultimately, we will clear the area. The question then is whether we, working with the Afghans, can hold and build. The first part can be done, the military part, the traditional part. It's really the longer-term part that's a big question mark.
Because that is the difference between this battle and previous, that they're not just going to secure this place and abandon it. They're going to hold it, establish a government. At least they hope to. Do you think that they can do that?
The Americans can do their part with the British and others. The bigger question is whether the Afghans can do their part. And all I would say is that history teaches us to be somewhat skeptical.
What about this major accident over the weekend when the airstrike missed its target and accidentally killed so many civilians? Because a key part of the strategy is to gain more of the trust of the civilians in that region.
You're exactly right. But this is what happens in war. This is part of the fog of war. Mistakes are made. It never goes according to plan. What makes this so difficult, as you suggest, is this alienates the population. This will now enter Afghan mythology. This will be used against the government and against us. We don't have too many of these mistakes to make, or things will really begin to go against us.
If you had to predict, will this be a turning point in the war in Afghanistan?
No. We will do well militarily, but whether we can translate this into enduring security and stability gains, we won't know that for years.
All right, I want to ask you one last question about Iran, because Secretary Clinton, in speaking with students in the Middle East this weekend, said that the government there is leading towards a military dictatorship. Sanctions obviously don't seem to be working. Can we find a solution to the situation there?
First of all, the Secretary of State is right. It's no longer a theocracy, it's a thugocracy run by these guys with clubs and worse. There's no clear solution. The negotiations aren't working. The Iranians seem intent on developing nuclear weapons or getting close to that. I actually think the biggest chance right now is trying to help Iranians themselves bring about a change in their political leadership. That's the real question. The other day didn't go very well for the opposition, but this is a long process, and it's good to see the United States government firmly now on the side of the Green movement, the people in the streets talking about political and economic rights for the Iranian people.
Change from the inside, you say?
Exactly.
All right, Richard Haass, thank you so much.